Hello, I am Cece Rivera, and today I want to focus on a topic that is quite difficult for people to hear about or talk about, and that is suicide. Now, suicide usually affects a loved one or even ourselves at some point in our lives. And some of us know people who have attempted suicide, who have committed suicide, or may have thought about suicide. And suicide is typically an act of self-destruction, and it is very difficult for families, friends, loved ones to deal with. And dealing with suicide could be very shocking and a very threatening situation that causes a lot of feelings of helplessness and doubt when someone either calls you with a suicide attempt or tells you that they're going to commit suicide. This is a very serious matter, and the person that considers suicide or attempts suicide or actually commits suicide struggles alone. And sometimes they tell someone, and that person also struggles with the situation. However, most people that actually commit suicide usually do not tell anyone they actually just commit suicide. And something that I always hear is, why would someone do that? Why would someone commit suicide? Well, the fact is that the person is very ill and has a severe depression and cannot determine the reality of the consequences that death actually brings. And unfortunately, it happens every day. And the reason for suicide is an escape that the person considers to have reached a state where they no longer have to deal with the despair or the loss or the reason of their own life and depression. So suicide takes place, and it is emotionally painful for loved ones and actually the individual themselves. It is a very difficult decision that the person actually makes, and I don't believe that people are aware that it is just as difficult for the person to make the decision to escape the situation altogether in the midst of their pain and their reality. Now, the existence of the pain is so deeply rooted in the person's inner being that it's very difficult for the person to live life as we know it. And I would like to focus on the fact that suicide is not justifiable and is not a means of answering to the solution. The consequence is obviously death, and it cannot be undone. So I would advise anyone to please seek help, please talk about it, and find a means and a way to be able to communicate your feelings in order to prevent any type of suicidal ideas or intents or attempts or actually committing suicide. The escape is, it may seem as a temporary escape, but it will be a permanent escape, and that is not the solution. And it is very concerning because people need to be informed and recognize when a person needs immediate help and they are crying out for help on a conscious level and they are saying it out loud. that they are going to attempt or actually commit suicide. So please listen to these people, reach out to them, help them develop a plan that provides short-term goals to accomplish feeling better for a longer period of time so that the person can take care of themselves in the long run, and that the consequence is not death, because committing suicide is not a solution. So please become aware. Listen to these people. They're in emotional pain. They need help. And you, as a family member, a friend, a coworker, or anyone that has reached out to you and has explained that they are thinking about or feeling suicidal, please take action. Take it serious. Love and healing.